The woman justified the New Year's Eve murder in New Orleans by blaming it on women.
Okay, wait. So he's already crazy, and they broke up with him and got divorced because he's a crazy person. How does this fit? How does this fit into him wanting to commit domestic attacks?
You know what? Go join lady. I want you to marry a member of and try to enjoy your life doing that. Let me guess. Really rich husband, bored housewife, made YouTube channel. Did I hit the nail on the head? Yeah, I agree that there needs to be overhaul, but you're going to extremes, you fucking crazy person. You're trying to blame the family court system on a man crashing into 15 fucking people and killing them over child support. Do you see the air quotes on the abusive? Leon, you didn't tell me that she did air quotes on the word abusive. You might be the most retarded fucking YouTube channel I have ever experienced in my entire life. This is a new level of fucking dumb.
You're suing a man and you end it with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum! Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Leon demanded, he begged me to go over this video. Absolutely begged me. He was like, Chris, please put this in the submission pile. Please, Chris. God, I need my favorite streamer, Chris, to go over this video. So we're here. I have no idea what's going on in this video. All I know, what were the exact words that Leon told me as to why I should watch this? Leon prompted me with this specific line. Okay, bro, let me see if I can bump it up a slot. The woman justified the New Year's Eve murder in New Orleans by blaming it on women. I don't know how you could blame family court on a domestic terrorism thing. I don't know how you can merge those two together. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Guys, welcome to the Standard Issue Podcast, where we discuss all things social, cultural, political, and theological from
I hate this podcast already. Standard of Truth is the name of the podcast and the channel. Fuck, what a terrible name.
biblical perspective. Today, I want to...
A biblical perspective? You've got to be fucking kidding me. I am not about to watch a fucking video of a Christian woman talk about how family court drove a man to kill multiple people in New Orleans. I am not about to fucking watch that.
To revisit the New Orleans terrorist attack. But
I want to revisit a terrorist attack with this as the title. You've got to be kidding.
I want to explore an aspect of this story that I didn't see at first because more information about the assailant had not come out yet. So here's what we know. We know that the 42-year-old Sham Sood Dean Jabbar, he is a U.S. citizen and a U.S. Army veteran from Texas. Now,
yes, we found out all that stuff. Okay.
Police said that the suspect died after he jumped out of his pickup truck and...
I just realized her likes, somebody pointed it out. Are her likes disabled? Leon, were her likes enabled at one point? That's interesting. Are her other videos disabled likes? That's interesting.
Traded gunfire.
Her comment section's open. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy somebody's speaking out about the broken system on child support. In context to a domestic terrorism act. What is happening? Thank you for speaking up. I've seen this happen for too long, especially the past 2 decades. There's no way. Great job. I've been married for 30... Oh, she responded to Leon. This is by far the worst justification for murder I've seen on this website. Where did you hear me justify it? The willful and malicious taking of innocent lives is never justified. I specifically said in the video multiple times, it is not a justification. It's an explanation. It's a retarded explanation. I can only imagine. And it's wrong. Can you provide timestamps where I justified it? The whole video?
With responding...
Can you just link her the whole video, Leon?
Officers. 2 police officers. We now know that they were injured. They're now in stable condition. Praise God for that. But the U.S. Army veteran who drove the pickup truck into a crowd of New Orleans partiers had posted videos to social media hours before the carnage, and he was saying that he was inspired by the Islamic State group ISIS, and he expressed a desire to kill. Now, the driver...
Okay. This all sounds like a normal schizophrenic pro-terrorist rabbit hole that this guy fell in, and he wanted to kill people. Yeah, okay. This sounds like every single time this has happened in America.
We now know he killed 15 people as he steered around a police blockade, and he slammed into revelers before being shot dead by police. But after digging a little more into this, I discovered another...
Why do we have to dig any deeper? I feel like we got all we needed just from that one little thing right there. I feel like that was enough of an explanation to understand the situation that happened.
Piece of information that really got my wheel spinning. So here's my disclaimer before I get into this content. The information I am about to share is not an excuse. It provides explanation, but it's not an excuse. What Jabbar did was wrong.
Okay.
It was heinous. It was sinful. It was wicked. No one is going to deny that. How
See, right there is where you should have cut off the sentence and cut out whatever you're about to say next.
I want to examine a few aspects about his life that if we were just to move it aside from him, when examined objectively, could have contributed to the mental distress that led this man to do the things that he did.
However, what the fuck is this?
It is now known.
Yeah, what is known? I'm so enthralled.
Known that Shamsuddin Jabbar was radicalized and influenced by ISIS. Now, what is ISIS?
What is ISIS? I can't wait for this fucking woman to explain to me what ISIS is.
ISIS is known as an Islamic state. ISIS adheres to an extreme interpretation of Islamic law.
That is ISIS. What is ISIS? I just picture like a fucking shitty video essay posted on YouTube that's just like, it starts off with the text going, what? It flashes, what is ISIS? Like,
and it significantly influences their views on marriage, gender roles, and divorce. That is very important. Don't miss that part.
But they said the terror. Wait, hold on. Before you said that he was inspired by the terroristic acts of ISIS. That was the focus. Now you're explaining ISIS, and it sounds like that last part is what you're going to attribute a lot of shit to, instead of the obvious that he was inspired by the terrorism acts.
We now know that Jabbar was radicalized by ISIS. I think it would be fair and objective to look into what ISIS believes. But more importantly than that, let's examine perhaps the personal life of Shamsuddin Jabbar to see why or how ISIS...
I hate these people, man. Domestic terrorist moment happens. Some kid shoots up a school or whatever, right? And we have to dig into the most ridiculous shit imaginable about these people. When it is, kid shoots up school. They find out kid was bullied. Done. He freaked out, shot up a fucking school, or he's schizophrenic. Done. You don't need to interview the neighbors. You don't have to interview the fucking parents. You don't have to do any of that shit. But they do. They go too deep, and they start attributing crazy shit to it. This is Alex Jones level of fucking crazy shit.
May have contributed to his subsequent heinous actions. It is now known that the perpetrator of the New Orleans attack, he experienced significant personal challenges. Okay, we have multiple divorces, financial difficulties, which may have contributed to his radicalization and subsequent actions. Let me give you guys a little backstory into some history that gives you an idea of what we might be dealing with here. His marital history, it also includes heavy engagement with the child support system. So his first marriage, 2012, Jabbar's first wife, Nakidra Charles Jabbar, was granted custody of their two daughters, aged 8 and 3. Jabbar was ordered to pay $2,200 per month in child support and provide medical insurance for the children. We have a second marriage on record. Jabbar married Tierra Simone Jabbar in September of 2013. He filed for divorce.
Why are you blasting the family and the ex-wives' names on a YouTube video in regard to a man that murdered 15 people? Why would you do this?
In February 2016 in DeKalb County, Georgia, that's right up the road to Peace, citing that the marriage was irretrievably broken with no hope of reconciliation. Then we have a third marriage in November of 2017. Jabbar married Shaneen Chantil Jabbar. They had a son together. In 2020, Shaneen obtained a restraining order against Jabbar.
It's almost like he's fucking crazy. Wait. So she's going to argue that divorce court and child support fucks up a man's life? From what it sounds like so far from each one of his marriages, He sounds like he's crazy and they couldn't continue the relationship.
Prohibiting him from sending obscene or threatening messages or causing bodily harm to her or their...
What the fuck? Okay, wait. So he's already crazy, and they broke up with him and got divorced because he's a crazy person. How does this fit? How does this fit into him wanting to commit domestic terrorist attacks?
I'm bringing Leon on. I'm like mentally stunting myself by listening to this.
This might be a hot take.
Bro.
Gobsmacked. You're gobsmacked, ain't you?
I'm sick. Dude, she just explained why they all divorced him. Now, is divorce court fucked? Yeah. Is child support fucked? Yeah. But that doesn't attribute to a man going and blowing, like running over 15 fucking people. What am I missing?
So look, you're gonna hear the word "however" a couple more times in this shit. Just want you to know that.
God damn it, dude. The word "however" like threw me for a fucking loop.
Oh my god. What the fuck is this video? What is this? Why is she releasing the information of all the ex-wives and kids?
Because, Chris, it gets worse. She is going to say, hey, this is bad. Him joining ISIS is bad.
Uh-huh.
But we need to talk about the West and how the West propagates women to just end relationships. This is the greatest free promo of ISIS of 2025, and we only 8 days in.
This is going great.
Child. During their divorce proceedings, Jamar claimed financial hardship, reporting $7,500 a month in income against nearly $9,000 in liabilities. He was ordered to pay an additional $1,353 per month in child support for their son. Now, let's go over some of the financial struggles. Despite earning a
I'm going to be brutally honest, this dude having this many kids with this many people, being the schizophrenic that he is, I kind of don't feel bad that he had this many child support payments put on his head. I really don't feel... am I wrong to say that? I don't really feel bad. Like, if he was a piece of shit threatening them and all this other shit, yeah, fuck him. Take all of his money.
Substantial salary of approximately $125,000 annually as
$125K annually. He had to pay how much, Leon? Like 7 or 8K a month? The child support?
It's almost like I don't care, and this motherfucker was justifying a fucking terrorist attack.
Yeah, it sounds like he got...
Chris, I'm just gonna spoil it for you right now.
Don't spoil it! Don't spoil it!
Chris, I have to.
No!
It's not the only shooting she justifies this with divorce.
She does two.
Mm-hmm.
She does two in this.
Mm-hmm.
Is she really trying to make that connection?
I ain't gonna lie, the second one is worse than this one.
What do you mean? Whatever, I'm listening.
As a cloud consultant for Deloitte, Jamar faced mounting debts and financial obligations. His income was significantly reduced by court-ordered child support payments, totaling over $3,500 a month. Additionally, his property management firm, Blue Meadow Properties, was failing to produce revenue, further exacerbating his financial strain. Now,
well, okay, here's my argument. Yeah, that sucks. Your job's not doing great, but you're still court-ordered to do this. I'm pretty sure if you go to the courts and plead your case, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Why is all of this important?
Also, don't kill people.
Yeah, also don't murder people.
Of multiple failed marriages.
Yeah, there are people there are men living in way worse conditions that don't drive their car through a police barricade and kill 15 people and get shot to death by the police.
Chris got a girlfriend.
I don't.
And if they break up,
I don't.
You think this motherfucker's gonna come hunt me down?
Yeah,
No.
I'm gonna shoot you for spreading some bullshit.
Substantial child support obligations
don't even start with me.
And financial instability likely contributed to Jabar's psychological distress. I mean, such personal turmoil, it can cause a sense of desperation and vulnerability, potentially making individuals more susceptible to radical ideologies as they seek meaning or solutions to their perceived problems. Now, in Jabar's case, these factors may have played...
Chris, pause the video.
What?
Perceived solutions to the problem? Murder?
Yeah, wait, hold, I gotta re-listen to that.
Potentially making individuals more susceptible to radical ideologies as they seek meaning or solutions.
How is that a solution?
Hey,
wait.
Yeah.
How is murdering people a solution to your to your child support payments? How is that a solution?
Mm-hmm.
You just get killed. What? So your solution is to let the police shoot you dead so you don't have to keep making payments?
On top of which, in case you didn't catch it, all of these divorces happened years ago. The last one in 2020. So this motherfucker waited
how many kids? He has 3 kids, right? It was 2 for the first wife, 1 for the new wife. Depending on the age ranges of the kids, child support, depending on how good your lawyer is, lasts until like 18, 19. Probably had... I'm just trying to think of like my dad's situation, because he had to fucking... If I ever get my dad to call in, he'll tell you how much he gave my fucking mom, because he was an idiot and had a shitty lawyer.
But Chris...
But I'm just trying to think, because like a guy with 125K salary can essentially... It sucks, but you can make it work. The problem is his business was failing. But that doesn't lead to a solution. The solution isn't to murder people.
But Chris, have you factored in that this man got divorced last time in 2020 and waited 4 years to enact his revenge?
Yeah.
On random people?
That's crazy.
To their perceived problems. Now, in Jabbar's case, these factors may have played a role in his radicalization and eventually led to his violent actions. Radicalized ideology.
Tragedy happens well if we.
For example, when I got my heart broke, you know what I Googled? How to join ISIS.
Yeah, I Googled that.
Deserved it.
Just for the fuck of it, you know?
Yeah, no, I Googled how to join like the KGB, ISIS. I wanted to join Hamas when I got broken up with.
Ideologies like those propagated by ISIS are expressly condemned for their violent, oppressive.
Yeah, but like, how do you get radicalized into ISIS by divorce payments?
Oh, you gonna find out?
Wait. So divorce leads you down the ISIS rabbit hole.
And distorted interpretations of religion. However, it's important to examine why such ideologies may hold superficial appeal to individuals who are experiencing profound personal and societal disillusionment. That's just something to think about.
Oh God, she sipped her tea. She did that on purpose.
Now, in Western societies, where the institution of...
Stop. We're not about to do Western societies.
Yes,
No,
you are.
Don't make
Yes,
me
you are.
listen to the Western society
Yes, you
argument. No!
marriage and family, I'm
Yes.
arguing it has often become trivialized. It is legally unbalanced, and some individuals might perceive a stricter, more traditional framework more appealing. However flawed, they may see that as a solution to their grievances. So it's
Like joining ISIS.
But you do realize that...
Chris.
Hold on. Wait, let me finish. If he wants to join, like, Islam, right? You know most Muslims aren't infatuated by ISIS, and that most Muslims don't want to run 15 people over in a fucking truck, right? Like, what the fuck? This...
Now, I want to
Situation.
ask everyone a question. Hold on, I want to ask a question. For all the men out there specifically, I know you got a woman's-based audience, but
I do not.
fuck it, we're segregating today. We're misogynistic today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Men, which would you rather? Get your heart broken and then just like, you know, make the attempt to heal, or get your heart broken and join ISIS to do beheading videos?
Yeah, join ISIS and go run people over. Which, to the men in chat, would you join ISIS if your wife broke up with you?
I got a better question. Would you rather go to therapy to, you know, like heal whatever trauma you got going on? Or would you rather join ISIS and do beheading videos? Like, Chris, I know you're joining ISIS, but you know,
I ain't joining ISIS. I don't want to
Crazy.
do that.
it's crazy.
It's crazy. I don't want to do that.
Chris is dating Thuman, by the way, just so you know.
Not even true.
like ISIS
I have never spoken to Thuban outside of these public chats.
and Sharia law and their views of marriage and family
Oh my God, Sharia law.
and divorce. I'm just saying, for someone like Jabbar, who faced the personal and financial consequences of multiple failed marriages, mounting child support obligations, and societal norms that may have perceived as been more favoring the
Well, you do realize that a lot of people in America are actually against how child support is handled, correct? Like, I'm pretty sure majority of Americans want that corrected. So I don't know how that's a societal norm.
women in his life at the expense of men. The ideology of ISIS
Huh?
marriages, mounting child support obligations, and societal norms that may have perceived as been more favoring the women in his life at the expense of men. The ideology of ISIS might have seemed, at first glance, to provide some sort of corrective for him.
ISIS.
Ignoring the
ISIS makes you go, what the fuck?
You look at ISIS and you go, man, you know what? Those guys have relationships on lock.
Chris. Also, a thing you should consider, like keep this in the back of your mind as you continue to watch this video. What about the divorce where the woman filed a restraining order because she was worried about this man coming to
hurt her
and the child?
And sent
And the
threatening sending threatening messages both to the child and to the wife.
Like keep that in mind as you keep watching this.
I'm curious.
him. They have a very strict interpretation of Sharia law regarding marriage and divorce. And they have an emphasis on very defined gender roles and male authority. A lot of
Hold on. Somebody look up Sharia. I'm not looking it up on my computer. Somebody look up Sharia law and what happens if a wife divorces a husband. ISIS. It has to be Sharia law. And it has to be ISIS's version of it. I'm not searching it on my fucking computer.
lot of men want a system that offers clarity, control, and a sense of fairness, particularly in the context of
What happens if the wife divorces a man in ISIS? I don't think the women last that long.
I think they'll be all right.
I think there's gonna be like a stoning in the streets.
his struggles, is what I'm saying.
ISIS, not Islam. ISIS.
Now speaking of personal struggles, you guys, I'm sure y'all have heard me complain as I navigate through my own.
What was that?
Ad. It's an ad.
Is it ad? Ugh. What the fuck? Wait, what is she peddling? I'm curious.
Personal challenges. Well, I started working with Magic Mind because they saw that I was struggling with mental performance, and I've
Is that
just had a
pills?
lot of demands on me lately, and so Magic Mind reached out and suggested.
What is Magic Mind?
She's trying to trans our kids. What the fuck is Magic Minds?
Magic Mind. Okay, it looks like some kind of. Here, I'm just gonna pull it up on screen. So Magic Mind looks like some kind of juice. It's like being sold on eBay. Hold on.
No, it's not.
Yes,
There's
it
probably
is.
an official
No!
website. Stop it.
Hold on. Wait. We got the one on. eBay. Yep. Packaging matches. Let's see the ingredients.
Bro, there's probably a website. Don't do this.
But this is the best one I'm gonna get. All right, fine. We'll do this. Fine. We'll go to.
There's
their
a
website.
fucking website,
We'll
you
go to-
asshole.
Go to their website.
She is definitely struggling mentally. She's
Yeah.
not lying there.
Okay, I'm curious what no, fuck off. I don't want 50% off. Caffeine-free gummies. So just gummies? What is this? Okay, I want to know, how do they break this down? Is that reclaim your brain? Okay, let's see here. 5 times more bioavailability. Nano encapsulation ensures that active ingredients are absorbed by the body up to 5 times more effectively compared to traditional liposomal technologies, giving you faster, more impactful results. I don't think that's true. Instant results. Dude, this is snake oil. Like, what? Thanks to similar particle size in our nano encapsulation process, Magic Mind's ingredients are absorbed quickly, giving you sharper focus and mental clarity. Yeah, this is Jilly Juice.
Nigga said Jilly Juice.
Do you remember Jilly Juice? This is Jilly Juice.
Get the fuck, bro.
I need to know what the ingredients are now. It's actually going to frustrate me if I don't read them. I need the box. I need the back of the box. Okay, what is this crap? Okay, supplemental facts. Notice how they don't put the ingredients here. Active ingredients list.
In that corner. Whoa,
Wait.
whoa.
For cognition, lion's mane. I don't know how to pronounce that. Meant for energy. Cordyceps. Cordyceps. Isn't that a fungus? It's a fungus. That's actually a fungus. Okay. Yeah, that's the fungus from Last of Us. Organic ceremonial matcha. I really don't believe that it's actual ceremonial matcha, but okay. I don't know how to pronounce any of this shit. Turmeric. At least I recognize that one. Vitamins B3, B12, C, and D to ignite your mood, energy, and immune system. This is Jilly Juice. I'm just saying. This is Jilly Juice. Oh, God. Look. Is this guy even a doctor? Dr. Dan... I thought it said Dr. Dan Eagle. I was about to start laughing my ass off. Now I have the doctor pulled up. Now we're digging deep.
These pussy niggas don't know.
Is this him? Yep, this is him. The true goal of medicine is to facilitate the innate healing of the body and mind and thus support you to become whole and happy and free. He's a neurocognitive restoration, peak performance. Where is his PhD from? I need to know. Education, undergraduate's degree, summa cum laude, St. Edward's, medical degree, University of Texas, not a terrible one. University of Colorado, decent school. Research psychology, psychiatry in Colorado, mental health, fellow child and adolescent psychiatry, Oregon Health. I don't know about that one. Medical board certification, American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology. Psychiatrist means MD. This dude looks like he would just sell me snake oil on the side of the road and say that he's a doctor. That's really rough for me to look at. Leon's like Chris is being retarded. He's getting too autistically involved in the fucking thing. I don't know. I don't trust it.
That I tried their mental performance, and it doesn't even quite function all day. Stress. I need to reduce stress, and I need to do it quickly. I'm stressed out. So this, which is that YouTube, limited time only, using code Magic Mind and feeling hopeless is
God
very, very
damn!
serious.
How long is
And
this
so I
shit?
articulate-
It was long. That was a long fucking ad. Hold on. That was about like 3 minutes. 3-4 minutes of ad.
A brief history of what Jabbar has been going through the last few years. And I wanted to highlight those things, which are very common for men here in the West, and then culturally contrast it with the ideology and the worldview of the ideology of ISIS. Here in the West,
Someone in chat goes, do you think if the guy had Magic Mind, he wouldn't have joined ISIS? Yes. Yes.
marriage and divorce are often seen through a lens of individual autonomy, personal happiness, and all of this can, and it sometimes it trivializes the significance of marriage. Let's be honest, women are not loyal like they used to be. Okay, they're not.
Yeah, right.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it's just because of my own interactions with my ex-girlfriends. They're very fucking loyal. They get very angry.
Chris, are you telling me that those relationships ended and you didn't join ISIS?
Yeah, I didn't join ISIS.
Crazy, bro. Fuck. You telling me you didn't get allured into the ISIS propaganda?
No,
in society and how much better it is than in the West.
I didn't want to join ISIS.
In their marriages
Wicked,
until
isn't
death because they are in the workplace now. The government has incentivized them to break up their home. So divorce is incredibly.
The government has incentivized women to break up happy homes.
The government sent Supercell agent Cardi B to tell you all that marriage is for whores and white women.
I'm trying to figure out what she means by that. Incentivize them to break up their homes. How? Because of
That's true. Chris did join the KKK.
because of the child support shit? Like, I'm just confused.
Easy to get. You got women are delaying marriage and motherhood in lieu of career, and so marriage in and of itself is not seen or viewed.
Well, motherhood is being delayed not only due to career, it's also due to the fact that the economy is like complete trash and most households need dual income now to survive. Like, that's a failure on us as a culture and a failure on the government at the same
Chris,
time. Like, it's
pick yourself up by the bootstraps, bro.
yeah, but you can pick yourself up by the bootstraps. But to do that, you need a 2-income household now if you want to have a family. Like, what? That's the average now.
in the same light that it used to be viewed years ago. I would even argue that our government, it provides what I'd like to call a perverse incentive to women to break up their homes.
Perverse incentive?
I mean, a woman
Fuck
can
me.
literally take
Biden.
everything a man has, and he just has to deal with it. She can wake up and decide.
I agree that it is very bad how divorce court works. I think there's necessary means to change it, but that doesn't give someone a potential excuse to murder 15 people over it.
Somebody was in my chat yesterday talking about how they survived like sexual assault, and I completely ignored them.
You're such a good person.
One day that she
Like,
is not happy and she can
He's
file
such a good person.
for divorce, and the court system is overwhelmingly swayed in the favor of women, particularly when it comes to custody and the children, and she can weaponize the police and say, I want him gone, and they just, sir, there's nothing we can do.
But you do realize that can also happen with men, right? Like if a woman is being dangerous, hurting the husband, abusing
Also-
him, that does happen. It's not as common, but it does happen. Why are we pretending that it doesn't happen?
Also, notice how she still hasn't brought up how this woman divorced this man and got a restraining order over
Yeah.
potential harm to her and child.
Which
It's
is
almost like she
which
doesn't
seemed
wanna
hold
bring
on,
that up.
which seems to be justified then for the courts to say this person's a danger. You need to be away from him, and we're going to make him pay for the child that you are now left with to protect you and your child.
I'm not gonna lie, Chris. If I divorced that man and put a restraining order because I was worried about him fucking killing me in 2020, and then 4 years later, I see him killing 15 people, I'd feel pretty validated.
Yeah, I'd have a secret party when nobody would see me.
There's a restraining order. Now, mind you, they don't ever have to prove that you've done something wrong. They just do it. They just do it, and you have no recourse oftentimes unless you're willing to invest a whole lot of money to attempt to defend yourself. In contrast, under Sharia law, as interpreted by groups like ISIS, marriage is framed as a contractual and religiously significant institution. It comes with very strict rules governing.
You do realize that a lot of people give religious significance to marriage as well, still in the West. It's just but hold on. But our culture allows, or at least what we perceive it to be, allows divorce. Now, is it negative? Depends. But like, it still happens. If a man is a horrible piece of shit to the woman, or vice versa, and they can't get divorced because God told them they can't get divorced, it's fucking crazy. There should be a level allowed for divorce. You're making it sound like there shouldn't be any way out.
Family roles and obligations. You don't just get to walk away. It's not easy.
But what about the one where he was threatening the child and the wife? What about that?
Easy to get a divorce under such.
Yes, that matters.
A societal paradigm, and if you do, a lot of times the woman.
I want her to go. You know what? Fuck it. Go. Join ISIS, lady. I want you to marry a member of ISIS and try to enjoy your life doing that.
I must interject there.
Do it.
Chris?
What?
Do you notice anything on her hands?
She's married.
Yes.
Is she married to an ISIS agent?
I have no idea.
Divorce your husband. Go live with a Sharia law man. See how far you get.
Woman has to pay to get out. Now, to be clear, this does depend.
That rock is fucking huge, though.
On the jurisdiction, but in many cases.
Let me guess. Really rich husband, bored housewife, made YouTube channel. Did I hit the nail on the head?
If the woman initiates
I don't know this
the divorce,
lady. Could be right. Could be right. Fuck, I don't know that lady.
That rock is huge.
Is where she seeks a separation. She may have to.
I really hope that she's like divorced and she's just bitter because she lost and she has to pay child support to the dad. That would be so funny.
Forfeit her dowry or pay compensation to the husband, depending on the circumstances. These are just things in a part of my research that I noticed was significantly different than how things are done in the West. But let's take a look at the financial and legal strain here in the West as it relates to divorce. Western family law often favors the custodial parent, which is typically the mother, which can lead to significant financial and emotional burdens for men. We have seen this in Jabbar's life. The child support systems, they can exacerbate financial hardships. I can assure you
Duh.
Just fucking caught that. We've seen that in Jabbar's life. Nobody knew this nigga until a week ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean we saw this in his life? Bitch, you Googled this shit about this nigga. No.
That's what she's
and
saying.
Then she won't fucking bring up the fact that this dude got a restraining order. I saw that in that motherfucking life too. Hello.
But it doesn't fit her narrative, Leon.
There's a man watching this live stream right now who will raise his hand and say, amen. She is.
Yeah, I agree that there needs to be overhaul, but you're going to extremes, you fucking crazy person. You're trying to blame the family court system on a man crashing into 15 fucking people and killing them over child support.
It's telling no one.
When that wasn't what happened.
The child support systems can exacerbate financial hardships, particularly when individuals are faced with high obligations relative to their income or they're unable to meet their financial commitments. You have men who the amount of child support that they have to pay, the court system doesn't care if that man loses his job or if he has to take a pay cut or adjust his hours to now.
See, if she was just arguing this, I'd be like, yeah, there's a lot of things that are fucked up. But again, she's using this to feed into the idea that men are going to murder people because of child support and that they're going to go and join ISIS or get inspired by ISIS because they have to pay child support.
Adjust his life to the fact that he's not together with the mom anymore. There's no grace. There's no.
I wonder why the mom and him aren't together anymore. Is it the restraining orders on the most recent wife?
Mercy. They want that check and they want it on time and they will penalize you by suspending your license, locking you up in jail. I ain't never really heard of a female going to jail for not paying child support. I'm sure it happens, but
it does.
A lot of times
Look, my old job, we used to look at that stuff and there was one lady that missed 5 years of child support payments and she was like,
but
yeah,
Chris,
I just got out of jail.
The narrative is men are victims.
I literally met a woman that went to jail because she didn't fucking pay child support.
Situation is very, very unbalanced.
What world do you live in that you don't talk to anybody? This is crazy.
Right? I have seen child support ruin families, ruin the lives of men because they can never catch up. The women are merciless, like, I need my money and I need it now, and they're unwilling to work.
This sounds like I don't want to be racist.
Outside of the system to work out their differences, no. And a lot of it is not because this child has these needs and all the money that's being collected is given to the child. No, that's not the case. A lot of times it's Bunquisha using money to get bundles. And
she's the one that made it racist. She's the one that made it racist.
and go on girls.
I get she's black, but like, come on. Did you have to use the name Bunquisha? Come on.
Trips and the
come on.
Child is often left negligent. The West has been heavily influenced by feminism, which doesn't like the idea of defined gender roles. ISIS promotes a very rigid structure.
What do you? Feminism does care about defined gender roles. They just want to be able to participate in the workforce. That was the original idea of feminism, to be treated as humans, as equals to men, which isn't really a problem. The extremes are the problem, but the baseline concept is not the worst thing on planet Earth. Like, there are women that want to be treated as a human being, but still want to be house moms, still want to be at the home.
Structure where men have authority over their families, and women, yes, they are confined to traditional domestic roles. They are wives and they're mothers. For someone who feels disenfranchised or oppressed by the perceived imbalance of Western systems, a societal structure like ISIS may look very appealing. I am not justifying what this man did. This is not a justification.
I get you're saying it's not a justification, but you're using this as a potential precursor as to why he did it, which is insane.
This is an explanation in light of what's come out.
You're such a retard.
About what was going on in this man's personal life. Here's something else.
But why does that matter? He got inspired by ISIS and killed people.
I thought about as it relates to Jabbar. Let's look at some psychological vulnerabilities, right? Listen, divorce sucks. Okay, I don't care who you are and how much.
Wow, thank you for explaining to everybody that divorce sucks. Thank you for your very, very hot take that divorce is bad. Wow, crazy.
You hate your soon-to-be ex-spouse. The process in and of itself.
You know, most divorce, the people don't hate each other. But okay.
Divorce is emotionally taxing. A piece of you has died. The family is broken. If kids are involved, they are forever changed. It's nothing to celebrate. It is.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I know friends of mine, family members of mine, that their parents went through a divorce and everything was basically the same. They just didn't live together. And they got 2 Christmases. The kids were super excited about that shit.
Nothing to glorify. It's the breaking of a covenant that is supposed to be forever. And even for the most stone cold,
it's a religious thing.
You know, I'm not in my feels kind of guy. Marriage changes men. And for the types of men that go into marriages with the best of intentions, wanting it to work, thinking it's going to be forever, when they experience a divorce, it causes them to question their entire reality, and it rocks their world in ways that you never dreamed of. It does this for women too, but men who particularly, they care about their children and the idea of family and being together, it changes a man. They are defined by the fact that I am married and I have a family. It is very different from women who are like, oh, I have a husband and I have kids and I just love them. Men, it is a much more logical, methodical.
Men can't just go, I absolutely love my family. I love my kids too. Why do we have to be logical and methodical? Hey, there's this thing that I fucking made and I'm raising it and I'm taking care of it. I fucking love it. I love that thing. Like, wait, what? What? Leon, please tell me you see what's on my screen now.
I can't. The fucking thing broke, but I clicked the link. Yeah, I know what you're referencing.
Do you see the thumbnail?
Yeah,
Should I just fucking make that the thumbnail?
Fuck, I just posted it on Twitter.
Should you? That's fucking goated. That's fucking funny, dude.
Transition or season of life, and they go into it saying, this is what's expected of me, this is the end all be all, we're gonna live our life, and I'm gonna do this and she's gonna do that, and that's it. They don't expect it to all blow up and just fall apart and then for the kids to be used as weapons against them. When a person experiences personal
not always are the kids used as weapons against the husband or even the wife. That's not a thing that naturally happens.
Failures in relationships coupled with the financial stress, y'all, this leads a lot of people to snap. They experience a sense.
Yeah, but does that lead to ISIS and domestic terrorism usually? Or ever? I don't think there's a study on that out there.
It's of disillusionment.
You know what, Leon? We should start a study. We should start going to every divorced male that we can find and say, hey,
you want to join ISIS?
Have you Googled anything involving ISIS at all since your divorce? Like right after your divorce, did you think about becoming inspired by ISIS. See how many people answer us.
Any sense, and they start looking and searching for meaning or control. This is not the first time a situation like this has happened before. This is the perfect storm for radical ideologies to prey on such vulnerabilities by offering a sense of purpose. It gives structure and identity within a clearly defined system. Listen, like I said, this is not the first man to go postal and then for the public to discover that there was a divorce, custody battle that took place. The DC sniper, same situation. Upon further investigation, we learned the ex-wife took his kids from him, moved them clear all the way across the country to where he could not see his kids. The man lost it. The man lost it.
But does that translate to murder?
And
Chris,
dedicated so much
rewind that and just let it play through. Let me tell you when to stop.
to prey on such vulnerabilities by offering a sense of purpose. It gives structure and identity within a clearly defined system. Listen, like I said, this is not the first man to go postal and then for the public to discover that there was a divorce or a custody battle that took place. The DC sniper, same situation. Upon further investigation, we learned the ex-wife took his kids from him, moved them clear all the way across the country to where he could not see his kids. The man lost it. The man lost it and dedicated so much of his time to try to target. The ex-wife was the target, but all those other people who lost their lives, they were just...
Man, I wonder why she took the kids.
Keep playing it.
I wonder why she took the kids from this guy.
the decoy. He went on record and said that the local police, in order to throw them off, he couldn't implicate himself because he's like the crazy and deranged ex-husband. So he had to make it look like this was some serial killer attacking unrelated random people. But at the end of the day, the reason why he did it, it was the ex-wife who was the target. She admitted it, and he admitted it. He was trying to take that broad out. Because
Wait, so she knew... Wait! She knew that her ex-husband was trying to kill her. She took the kids halfway across the country, the other side of the country, mind you, to get away from this guy who is threatening to kill her. And you're saying that's a bad thing that the wife divorced him?
Called her abroad, too.
Abroad.
I might swerve, bend that
What I'm
corner.
hearing.
Whoa,
Is she
whoa.
trying to justify that?
I was...
You're welcome, Chris. You're
My-
welcome, chat.
my
I
brain-
gave y'all a good one.
My brain's broken.
she took that
I
man's
gave
kids
y'all
from
a
him. The
good-
man lost it. For some reason, I don't know why women believe that these kids are tools that can be used as weapons.
Well, if the dad is planning on murdering the mom, is it not justifiable for the mom to possibly consider that the kids will be murdered as well with her? Is that not a crazy thing to think of? This is confusing to me.
Against the person that you no longer like and want to be with. First of all, they're not your kids. They are y'all's kids. They are y'all's kids. Y'all used to be a family, and I understand things happen. People break up. Women these days, I'm not happy, or he's abusive, whatever. Listen, I'm not...
Oh, did you just see that?
understand things happen. People break up. Women these days, I'm not happy, or he's abusive.
Do you see the air quotes on the abusive? Leon, you didn't tell me that she did air quotes on the word abusive.
You're welcome.
You didn't tell me that part. You haven't spoiled this video for me. Oh, wow. I was
You're
not
welcome.
expecting to see that. I'm gonna be honest. That's a wild fucking thing I just saw.
You're welcome,
Holy
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
Abusive,
Gave
whatever.
y'all a
Listen,
good
I'm not
one.
here to adjudicate the matter. The point I am making is that there was a time in this country where women, despite their personal happiness, would lay it aside because they understood the duty of keeping a family together, and they found other ways and search for personal happiness and fulfillment that necessarily wasn't tied to this man is making me happy, so that's why I'm staying. They were like, no, my children need the security, and they need a strong foundation of...
Wait, security? What security did these two men give to their children? One threatened the mother and the child to the point where they got a restraining order against him. The other one was threatening to murder the mother of his children and potentially put his kids in harm's way to murder her. Where is the security in any of that?
No, Chris, put your air quotes up, buddy.
Where is it?
Of an intact family together, and I will not hurt my children in this way, so therefore I will sacrifice, and I will stay
Forgot the air quotes. Yes, I was told I forgot the air quotes.
for the sake of these kids.
It's someone in chat. I bet she wrote a love letter to Chris Brown. It's crazy.
And I know modern feminism tells, you should never stay in a relationship that's no longer serving you for the sake of the kids. I mean, they just your kids. That's just your legacy. And then in the next breath, the same boss broads be wanting to talk about, I'm trying to build some generational wealth. How you building generational wealth? And you're going to set up and establish two separate homes because you broke up the home that you had and you want to go live over there. There is no generational wealth. You squandered it. You squandered it. Whatever wealth that you would have acquired, that you would have acquired within the marriage, within the intact family, that you could have passed on, you've squandered it because now you got 2 separate households and you will never earn and generate enough money.
Wait, how do you know that the wife or the woman will not generate ever enough money in the context of a divorce?
Look, how do we know that he actually targeted that woman?
But what if she gets a job and that job makes more money than what he's making? She can make the money. Now, I agree that the child support should stop after that if a woman's if the wife or even husband's income exceeds that of what is necessary to pay out. So, like, let's say man and woman divorce. Man is still at his job. Woman gets a new job and she gets paid twice as much than what the husband's getting paid. There should be something in there to say, hey, we're going to reduce the child support payments or outright just remove it because it's unnecessary. I agree with that. But, like, you're making it sound like that never happens.
Pass on to the next generation because you're wasting it living these separate lives, never ever able to get ahead and to pass on anything. Why? Because one, you've modeled in front of your children that, well, since you wasn't happy, you went ahead and got a divorce. So it's not like they've seen the model like, oh, families stay together. Families work together. Families work and generate wealth, and we keep it in the family, and then we pass it on to the next generation. No, we don't get to see that. Well, why am I bringing all of this up? I'm bringing this up because I wanted to shed light, one, on our...
Wait, 2 words, Chris. What was his excuse to murder his pregnant wife and 2 children for a new woman? No excuse. There is none.
Our trash family court system, which I believe overwhelmingly is biased toward men. You ain't got to like it, but I said it. But also, I wanted to highlight the dangers of extremist solutions.
This isn't a solution. Why are we categorizing mass murder as the word solution? You should say, if she wanted to save herself, she can literally say heinous actions. It still makes the video shit, but it doesn't sound like you're trying to categorize mass murder as a solution.
I won custody of my kid in the court of law.
Okay.
However, because taxes are theft, I joined undisclosed terrorist
Nice,
organization,
Gilded.
and therefore the nearest Girl Scout camp is gonna get it. I'ma save future generations of men.
Additional values.
Thank you, Gilded, for your service.
In marriage and family are overwhelmingly positive. And we know that, yes.
Wait, also the DC sniper was a potential pedophile because his accomplice was a teenager he groomed. Bruh.
Children fare better and societies are far more healthier when marriages are intact and families are kept together. But the ideology of ISIS, it distorts these principles into oppressive, authoritarian practices that are fundamentally incompatible with human rights and dignity. And then at the same time, here in the West, our family court system does the exact same thing, but in a different way.
Wait, is she trying to now say that Sharia law is bad? Hold on.
Intact and families are kept together. But the ideology of ISIS, it distorts these principles into oppressive, authoritarian practices that are fundamentally incompatible with human rights and dignity. And then at the same time, here in the West, our family court system does the exact same thing, but in a different way. What do I mean? Many of these men, they are not truly given due process. I have seen it happen. I have male friends, family members, cousins, uncles, mentors, just associates, co-workers, where a woman can take out a restraining order on a man with no proof that he has posed a threat. He ain't even done nothing.
We agree that these are things that need to be corrected. I don't see an issue with that. It's how you're presenting it that is the worst fucking possible way imaginable.
She just does it because she can. And she does it so she can bar access to the children, and she does it as a means of control, and our courts allow it all the time.
I wouldn't say all the time. I would not say all the time. See, this is where you lose me. You say something that I'm like, yeah, I can see that. And then you say the extreme other end of it. Leon, this video is terrible. This video is one of the worst you've ever sent me.
You talk about it's great.
It's good for content, not for the fucking mind. Thank God this only has 4K views and no one else is going to watch this.
Violate civil, human, and parental rights of men, and the courts and the lawyers and the judges. They're all in on it. They'll extort you. Well, if you want this done, it's going to cost you an additional $25,000, And then, well, if you want this done, we got to file this motion. And it just keeps them in this perpetual cycle of litigation. That for a vindictive woman, she like, oh, I could do this all day long. I mean, I ain't got nothing but time. Whereas a man who's like, I'm too busy out here. I got to get the bag. I have to provide. I have to figure out how to rebuild my life. I don't want to be caught up in no litigation. So most men are like, whatever, I don't care. Take it. The family court system is trash. How is it that a man can be obligated to pay more than he earns in child support? How is he supposed to take care of himself? How can you
See, again, you're saying things I agree with, that sometimes child support goes way too fucking far and there needs to be restrictions on it.
Just one question though.
But the problem is that the examples that you're using are people that threaten to murder their fucking wives.
And then ended up killing people. Huh.
Murdered multiple people.
say you care about families? When the man who now he's obligated to pay child support, do not get me wrong, yes, a man who does not provide for his own household is worse than a dog. But I'm talking about the imbalance of it all. How is he supposed to live?
Women. Conservative women deserve
someone
nothing but face down, ass up.
Someone in chat, ho economics.
Mm-hmm.
And then why is it the women never seem to care? Like, well, does he even have enough money to take care of himself? Like, do I really want the father of my child out on the street, homeless, sleeping in his car? These women don't give a darn. As long as they get their check on time every month, they don't care where he has to live and sleep. I have known men that because of this oppressive child support.
Is it really bad that I'm hoping that she like claps her hands and starts pointing at the kid?
Shut the fuck up.
She's been ulting since the start of this video, and I have yet to see her clap her hands and point. I have yet to see that.
Support system. They are gainfully employed and work a job.
No, there's a specific AX3. There's a specific way that I'm talking about. Leon knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Shut the fuck up.
In their car because they can't afford it, and they have a whole system of where they go to shower, where they keep, how they change their clothes, how they show up to work and present the best version of themselves. But people don't know that they are sleeping in their car.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up. Such a racist.
They're like, this is the only thing I can do so that I can get ahead and climb up out of this hole and deficit that I am in, because it ain't but 24 hours in a day and I'm already working 2 jobs. I can't do, there's no more hours. Can't manifest them, can't make them up. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Why is it? Why is it that Shaniqua can use the money?
God, she's more racist than I am. She's using the most stereotypical fucking black women names imaginable. Like, that's racist.
I'm just
Child support money to get her hair and her nails done. She can use the money to get her hair and her nails done and then take him back to court to get more money. Are you surprised that men snap and end up unaliving some of these women? Or
yeah, because, again, child support doesn't necessarily lead to mass murder.
Wait! Play that back, please.
All right, hold up. I think she just contradicted herself after, you know, her comment right here. I think we just spotted a contradiction.
child support money to get her hair and her nails done. She can use the money to get her hair and her nails done and then take him back to court to get more money. Are you surprised that men snap and end up unaliving some of these women? Or not only that, they become so disillusioned that...
Hold on, let's finish. Let her finish.
The woman who caused the pain in their life, she's not even the target now. They're like, I don't give a darn. I'm hurting whoever I can because that's the kind of pain I'm in. I'm not...
Does that not sound like a potential justification?
Fucking potential. That's that is.
Are you not, her exact verbiage, are you not surprised that these men murder people?
Actually, she said unalive.
I'm not afraid to say murder. It's crazy that you're afraid to say that.
She said unalive. I think you should be considerate of YouTube's moderation.
But then she's gonna turn around and be like, I'm not saying that they're justified, but aren't you why were you surprised when mass murders happen?
Fuck, could you timestamp when I justified it?
I'm not excusing it. I'm explaining it. All of these men who have committed...
I'm not excusing it. I'm explaining it. That is such a fucking cop-out.
Grab my gun.
That is such a cop-out. What a hard cop-out, dude.
She says she's not justifying these inhuman acts, and then she proceeds to justify
it's crazy, the back and forth.
badlamouth.
It's the back and forth of what she considers justification, that says it's not justification, but then can be interpreted as justification, is a fucking mess.
These crimes are absolutely going to be held accountable, and they should. But at the same token, it is essential. We have to differentiate between healthy societal traditions and then the manipulative extremist interpretations that are employed by groups like ISIS, but then the same...
She's why God invented the NOOC.
Okay, dude.
Manipulative and extreme laws and rules that take place here in the West that overwhelmingly favor women and cause and wreak havoc in the lives of men. I'm no ISIS sympathizer in the least bit. Trust me. I hold to a...
I'm really glad that you're not an ISIS sympathizer, but that is not...
I can't tell.
That's not the point of what we're arguing against you on here.
Biblical view of marriage. I hold to a complementarian view of the family and relationships. Yes, I believe women should submit to their husbands as unto the Lord. And yes, I believe that men should love their wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. You should not be abused. Yes, I believe that. The Bible doesn't...
But you put abused in air quotes a few minutes ago. Wait.
You think women shouldn't be abused, but...
You put it in air quotes. Yeah, what about the people that died? Why did you put abuse in air quotes? What?
Providing any provision for a man to be harsh and abusive toward his wife. But we have to have a conversation about how women do not value marriage and family, and they will burn the whole thing down for their own personal happiness with no regard to how it's going to affect the children, the grandchildren, your community standing. They don't care. It's just like, well, I got to go get happy. We have to address the frustrations and the inequities in Western family systems so that we don't continue to see men going postal and turning into terrorists that harm people who did.
Okay, so now you're saying it's a direct... dude, the way she's arguing this makes it sound like she is trying to create a direct connection to family court being the problem. And the examples that she used are two men that threatened to murder and harm the wives and children that they had. You might be the most retarded fucking YouTube channel I have ever experienced in my entire life. This is a new level of fucking dumb. Like, holy fuck. Holy shit.
Didn't have nothing to do with this situation. ISIS was appealing to Jabbar. Yes, it's a religion of falsehood and disillusionment, in my opinion. But the way the family court system in the West allows women to utterly destroy lives, it's just as disgusting. Because these feminist judges, they don't give a darn.
Now the judges are feminist. Bruh. The feminist judges. You know that there's a lot of men that are judges, right? The majority of judges, I assume, are men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, question: did you look up the judges of who handled the two cases that you're using as examples? If they're both women, you might have an argument, but you didn't talk about that. That doesn't sound like it fit the narrative of this video.
These family court judges, they have absolute power and they are corrupt. They take the money, it goes into the coffers, and the judges and the lawyers, you think the prosecutor and the judges and the lawyers hate
the judges get paid for these determinations? Hold on. A judge in family court does not immediately receive the money after determination. The person with the money judgment may need to take steps to enforce it. Unlike judgment for foreclosure, there's no judiciary sale of property if the judgment is not paid. Family court rulings have a life-changing impact. So do they get the money? Does a judge get commission every time that they fuck over a man's life? Fortunately, just because the judge awarded you money judgment. There's absolutely nothing that I can find of a judge taking money for a judgment. It's just, hey, if the judge rules in your favor, the money that you're going to be waited to be paid on takes a while. Thank you for the 50!
Face and lack of real-world experiences, I just realized who this reminds me of. Leah's Plum Bex, Peaches.
True, this is Peaches. This is Peaches if she was black. This is Peaches if she was black.
each other. No, they're all in on it. Talk to a divorce attorney and he will affirm what I'm saying.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would say, yeah, the judge gets a slice of what I make anytime I win a case or lose a case.
These incredibly liberal judges, a lot which are female, the man has no recourse. And the lives of men are being destroyed and men are killing, unaliving people, innocent ones, as a result, because they have not figured out how to manage the misery that has now been placed in their lives. When you have an unjust system, this is the result. Keep taking the kids. Keep taking the man's property. Making a man work 2 and 3 jobs off of Shaniqua to go get a hair and a nails done.
Dude, she loves using the stereotypical black woman names.
Hey, if you
okay, hold on. We have somebody. No. We have somebody in chat, Gilded, who went to divorce court and judgment court. So I'm gonna add Gilded to the call because I want to see what he has to say about that. I'm just curious. I'm gonna add us all on a call. All right, I'm curious because she's saying some crazy shit. Does the judge get money if they rule in favor of either party?
No, the judge gets paid whatever the judge gets paid for being a judge.
That's
literally it.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that's an insane fucking thing. If that was happening, that sounds illegal.
Yeah, so in fact, actually, funny enough, so let's say the judge rules in favor of one party receiving child support, hypothetically. Mm-hmm. In the majority, if not all, of the states, but I believe the majority, just because the judge awards somebody child support doesn't automatically mean they're paying child support. that you take that judgment to child support enforcement,
Mm-hmm.
and then they use that judgment to justify charging the party that was that was ordered to pay.
Right.
So,
but she's trying to say that the attorneys, which they usually do, if you have your own attorney, you have to pay for attorney's fees and everything. But she's trying to say that the judge takes money, and that a defense attorney would tell you that the judge takes money from this.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
The court the court can order you to pay for certain things, like say a drug test, right? But the judge doesn't like pocket that money that's distributed to the fee, you know, of having that. So basically, if you, for example, had to get a drug test, the money that's taken for that goes straight to paying the guy who does the drug test. And any of the fees associated with the case, which there are fees
Yeah, of
to
course.
go to court, it's not free, does not all just go to the judge. There are other people that work in a courtroom other than the judge that have to get paid. So
Her
yeah,
argument
that's
is
just insane.
Her argument's so fucking retarded. I love it.
Yeah, if the judge just got child support money for doing nothing but sitting on their fat ass and making a wild decision, whatever that may be, nobody would go to court. They just shoot their wives.
True. How do you feel?
So-
Do you feel like she's here's my question. Does this sound like a justification for the murders and, like, you know, these mass shootings and killings? Do you think she's arguing a justification for it?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, like 100%. You know, yeah. like I'm just sitting here, just a white boy from Missouri. You know, I'm gonna get married, get divorced, and then join ISIS.
Obviously, that's a normal way to go. Very normal.
Yeah, yeah. Even though I hate Islam, Muslims love me. So, yeah, no, I think it's that, but no, it's crazy. Like, I can understand. Don't get me wrong. I can understand that there might be men out there who are already on the edge, right? And this pushes them over. It's fine.
But
But
she's trying to attribute that it happens all the time. That's at least how she's framing it.
no, that's part that's like kind of insane. Like, maybe already mentally ill men, perhaps, but this is like a does video games cause violence argument.
Yeah, literally.
So
yeah, but she's using actual murder. I can't believe this shit. Oh,
I'm still sick, by the way. So if you can't
make that fucking video. You're in a call right now. Go make the video.
yeah, I will get around to it. Anyway, I'm leaving.
Yeah, feel better. I'll talk to you.
Yep. Later. Bye.
Leon, we got firsthand knowledge. We got firsthand
Why
knowledge.
didn't we ask him if he joined ISIS after a divorce?
Oh wait, somebody on 4chan wrote something. If only you knew how bad things were in 2012. Yeah, true. That's the restraining order. I can't get over that Dipster photo. All right, hold on. Let me reopen this. I just wanna see how much further we're gonna get before I like have a mental breakdown and how bad this video is.
Why he's just trying to survive. Keep taking
Oh my god.
the kids.
I didn't realize surviving also meant being infatuated with ISIS and trying to murder your wife.
Taking their property, making them work 2 and 3 jobs, all for Shaniqua to go and get her hair and her nails done while he's working himself to death. She's staying in a house that
Come on, clap your hands.
he has to pay for. He can't say
Will
anything
you
about
stop?
it. Yo, I have seen these women weaponize police against men, and what do men do? Most men, if they don't have the light of Christ in their heart and they've been made alive in Christ Jesus, most men just check out. They are fighting their flesh to say, just the hell with it all. I'm done.
Oh, to hell with it all? What about joining ISIS?
Yeah, but wait. Is she trying to like talk about like let's say that a cop is called and the wife is putting in a false domestic violence report. They're saying she's trying to say the light of Christ, if they don't have it, they'll just get
give up
arrested.
life.
Yeah, they'll just get arrested and go to jail. No man wants to fight against that. Unless they are a God-fearing individual.
Before we continue, Chad, how are you guys feeling?
This is a crazy
How are you guys feeling watching this fucking video? You
I
feeling
am
good?
I am curious what the chat thinks about this, because this video is unhinged.
Because, you know, we're modern day feminists, so we got to make sure the women know that we're on their side.
And they check out, causing more harm and distress to the children, who ultimately have to bear the burden of the fact that now daddy just done clocked out because mama, she's in a ratchet tank and can't manage her misery. The weight of that kind of trauma can drive a man to do a lot of uncharacteristic things.
Like joining ISIS and trying to snipe your pregnant wife with her kids.
Co-parenting is not ideal. Yes, some people can do it and they learn to figure it out, but
Stop.
ideally, nobody
Stop.
wants
Why? So wait, why are you trying to make that sound like a bad thing? She's like, co-parenting can work if you really
Chris.
try. It's like,
Chris, remember that she said this.
okay.
to deal with that. Kids don't enjoy being shuffled from one house to the next. Co-parenting a child and that child handoff is traumatic.
You just said it might work though. It's not traumatic. As a child of divorce, I can tell you it's not. The back and forth between houses is not like super dramatic. It's not traumatic at all. The initial wave of being told that your parents no longer want to be together anymore fucking sucks if you're a kid, obviously. But you tend to like get over it pretty fast. And you're just used to the two household thing. Kids are not very smart.
It is. Let me explain. Imagine pulling up to a house. You used to live here, that you're obligated sometimes to pay for, but you can't live there.
This lady is crazier than the guy who sang Peanut Butter Jelly Time during his 11-hour police
True.
standoff.
How it feels? Or you're obligated to go to this house to pick up your kids from a home where you used to live, a place where it is permanently etched and cemented in your mind. It's the place where life was intact, and that was the last time that you had a family, and now you got to go there.
Or you could just like say, hey, meet me at a park. I don't want to go to the house. Or like meet me at fucking Chuck E. Cheese. We'll meet up there. We'll have a nice night out with the kids, and then I'll take them home to my place. You don't have to go to the house, you know. There's a lot of ways to not do that.
There to go pick up your children, and you got to, the pain is like, it's like you have this deep wound, and then you constantly are peeling the scab off and just messing with it. Every time you go, messing with it and messing with it. Like a man has to mentally compartmentalize that and push past that pain and do what needs to be done, which is I'm going to pick up my kids. And then sometimes he actually has to engage with her crazy behind. He don't want to, but he has to, and you can't even have a decent conversation with the woman because she don't know how to communicate. And then you retaliate because now you're mad. It's a mess. I don't think these women think about these things. They think, oh, we're going to love our children and we're going to parent them, you know, the best that we can. But they don't think about the actual implications of what a broken home is actually going to look like and the practical way that you're going to live that out. They don't think.
It's pretty simple, actually. It's not the most difficult thing on planet. It's pretty easy, actually. This is crazy. Like, hearing someone talk about something that, like, I understand very well in this, like, very, very well, like, intimately well, is really fucking funny to me because she has no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
Think about it. They use the power of having the children and they exert it over the man, and power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Some of these women refuse to be adults. And hear me clearly. I know a lot of my female audience is like, you don't know what I had to deal with my baby daddy and my ex-husband, and he's unreasonable and he's this and he's that. Listen, I get that. Those are lots of those situations. But
you said it was all. You kept using the word all before. All. You kept saying that. Now you're gonna pretend like you didn't say that? Okay.
until I find a woman, until we have a series of women unaliving the ex-husbands, killing all the kids, and then inflicting this kind of misery on whole communities.
Hey, so can we look up wives that murdered their husbands after divorce? Can we look that up? Is there a statistic of that? How many of them joined ISIS?
They've been radicalized by some religion that puts women in charge. Then we can have that conversation. But right now, that ain't the conversation we're having. The conversation we're having right now is how these are ratchetains who can't manage their misery. And you.
Did she just say a ratchetains? Dude, that sounds kind of racist.
The Western family court system, they use it to their advantage, and it's causing societal havoc. And since these women, they can't manage their misery, some of them, they refuse to communicate. They refuse to be an adult. They use the children as pawns. Listen, I'm from a broken home. My mother.
If you're from a broken home, you should
keep playing it.
Okay.
My parents divorced when I was 4 years old. And the one thing I always give my mother credit for is she didn't want to be that kind of chick that wanted to use me to be like, you ain't never gonna see her. You know, what happened between them happened between them. But my mother always prioritized. Have you called your father? You know, today's his birthday. Did you call him? Did you say Merry Christmas? Did you see when he wanted to come get you? She always prioritized that no matter what, she deserves a relationship with her father because that is her father.
That's what most divorce is. That's like the majority of divorce. So in cases where, oh my God.
That is her father.
Now,
what is wrong with you?
Oh God.
Are we certain that her father didn't join ISIS?
You're talking crazy, regardless of how you feel about that child's father in front of the child. Go manage your misery. Learn to communicate. Learn to be an adult. Stop using the children as pawns. Many of us females, we don't know what this man was going through. I am not a terrorist sympathizer. I don't like ISIS. I think it's a false religious system. It provides no hope. It is void of the light of Christ because it has a false God.
Wow.
Wasn't she just shitting
Is
on mothers
she just attributing like basic Islam as well to that? Or is it just ISIS? Wow.
I affirm all of that. There's no excuse
What the fuck is going
to
on?
plow through a crowd of people. However, when I heard a bit about this man's story, a bit about his background, I realized and I said, hey, we've seen this before. How many other stories have come out where a man does something crazy like this and it's not in the too distant past where a divorce or a custody battle was present?
The word however again.
We've seen it before. But listen, I'm curious to know what you guys think. I really am. I know.
I can tell you that I think you're a complete schizophrenic, retarded bitch.
Take it to the contents, never falling down.
I think you're making an argument that is so significantly flawed, and you're trying to shoehorn in these situations as a way to articulate yourself in something that you dislike, but you're using the worst examples imaginable to argue those points, and the way that you're doing it makes it sound like you're giving an excuse to these people. This is a terrible video.
What a price to pay.
What a terrible fucking video. Oh my god, I can't listen anymore. I really can't. It's
Well, it's over, so.
Thank Christ. It's just holy fucking shit. This video
Now,
was
Chris,
ass.
Chris, let's circle back to that comment I left under her fucking video.
Right? Where did you hear me justify it? The willful, malicious taking of innocent lives is never justified. I specifically said in the video multiple times, it's not a justification. It's an explanation, and it's wrong. Can you provide timestamps where I justified it?
Chad, I'm going to ask y'all. Did this bitch not justify this shit?
I think more of an excuse, but that can be listed as a justification. Because she's trying to attribute.
That makes it better.
She's trying to attribute a systemic issue for men as the main issue, or at least a significant factor in these people murdering people.
Nigga said, is she a Mormon?
No. I'm very upset she didn't clap her hands.
Will you give that up?
I'm just very upset. I was expecting
very
it.
stereotypical.
I'm sorry. She was the one using Shaniqua and fucking all these other terms. Like, come on, dude. Like,
come on! She was being the most stereotypical out of all three of us. That's on
Are you
her.
all pleased with what I gave you today?
I am pleased. This was a good
This is great.
suggestion. This was a good suggestion.
I told you political content is funny.
This shit is fucking funny. This is like comedically fucking stupid. I can't even believe that this woman put this together.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Core, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the LOLcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.